Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and well, let's go to the repair of a round washing machine. It works for practically all models and all brands except for the previous transmission ones, since the fault is very different. Well, what is happening is that this washing machine works well. Everything but it throws water. The Valero's already sound and it has already been repaired because once the engine burned out, so now they want to repair it in time since they wash many blankets. As we can see, the water drains a lot and you can see that it is very rusty. Why does it happen? This because of excess weight. They throw up to 3 blankets, so if they last, but obviously they do not last as it should be. These washing machines in theory should last 10 years, 15, and throwing blankets in 1 year, 2 years you finish it. Then what we are going to do, we are going to remove the agitator without first remembering that if you like my content, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want to support me, in the description is for if you want a donation, if you want to become a member, or if you want advice, because on Facebook it is also in the description. Well, we remove the throughs. All this is already disassembled so that the video does not last so long. We remove the nut. The nut is removed against the clock handles, and we remove what is the gasket that it has here. There are some that have a cover, nut cover, that is to prevent it from pulling the clothes. Well, we remove the washer from here. It is quite easy anyway, only up and we push down the hose. Remember that if you want spare parts also of those washing machines, I can also handle them, or I can give you advice. You know, the Facebook is in the description to remove the tub. Here as you can see has a ring, or a ring that divides the tubs. This rubber is not an ornament, it is the one that grips the tubs practically with pressure. Look, now what you have to do is play like this. Sometimes that with taps it comes out, but that's it. When it is very hard, when it is rubbery, if you hit it up you will break it. Then you have to grab it with the time, that with mechanical tweezers or with disassembled flat, and you just have to play it like this. Look, so that you do not break it since it is free. So you practically have to pull it all up and that's it, but carefully you have to pull it little by little. It's already, look, since we have all the rubber out. To get the tub out, you just have to hit it with the palm upwards and that's it. Look, it comes out pretty easy. Then since we have this, we remove it and we're going to see now, yes, what this part is, where all the water is being pulled because the water is being thrown, because as we can see here on the crosshead, after removing the washer or the nut of plastic, this is the seal. Here is where it is noticed. It has play. Here is where the water is filtering. What we can do also, if you do not want to invest in it, you practically change your seal, nothing more, but be careful, it will not last long since the bushing already. It also has a game, and the Valero is already sounding, so it can tie up and it can burn the engine and it will be more expensive. Then we are going to remove the D head and we are going to see what the arrow part is, practically the beginning for. All the others are flatter black crossheads. It changes, but the principle is the same. And look, as we can see here, in fact you can see everything rusty on the pulley. In this case it's fine, it's just dirty. They had already changed it, it's good, and the belt is good. They also changed, but here you can also see scratched what the arrow is. So in this case, if we are going to have to change it, we are going to have to change arrow, we are going to have to change the bushing, seal, post, and that it is keyed together, and the value. Then we are going to remove it. We are going to turn it over, which is the washing machine, and we remove the nut that goes here. We remove the washer, and practically to remove what this part is, there are times that it comes out playing up and down. It is removed before disassembling everything, or you do it like this and to the last one you just tap and that's it. It can be the way you want. Each technician or each person accommodates to disassemble as they like. Many can say no, first is this and first no. Everyone accommodates themselves as they can or as they want. Then since we remove this piece from here, we are going to see the top part, and we remove here, it stays stuck on the arrow with it, with the bearing, with the Valero. And now we are going to clean everything a little bit. We also have to lubricate the engine, since there are some engines that have a bushing. Other Valeros, in this case a lightning bolt, a bushing and a Valero, we are going to lubricate the bushing to prevent it from having any problem because water has already fallen on it. Since we have this clean, here we can see what we are going to change, which is Valero, arrow, posts with seal and bushing. Then the Valero only gets quite easy. You can put it as it goes, and with the other hit it so that it goes down evenly, or with a ball, with a big die, or just hitting the edges with the hammer, and you will also know how to put it. Look, it's already remembered. Remember that it has to be fixed, it doesn't have to go in and out. And to put the arrow here, if it's the only complicated thing about this washing machine, the arrow, because it has to go down practically flush with where the groove is. If you leave it like that, High as it is right now, just like that, as far as it managed to enter and you put the pole on it, it will be high. Then what is going to happen that your agitator is going to be very high. He is going to swallow his clothes or he is going to put them underneath. He is going to be scuttled. Your agitator, and it will also sound a lot because the pulley at the bottom is going to be rubbing, so if you already repair it and this is happening to you, it is because you left this part very high. Then we are going to lower it. There are times that they come a little defective from factories. And no blows do not go down no matter how much you want to do to it. Then you have to wear it down a little with sandpaper, and that's it. It enters because it enters as you see it in the one that was removed. It must be practically flush. Since it is flush is when you can proceed to assemble. If it is not flush or armed to test because it will present faults or break your clothes or it will continue to sound. Then once this is there, we are going to go for the following. Remember that all this spare part, if you want, I can handle it for you, or you can buy it wherever you want. We already have now. If the cross is put, we already have the Arrow Valero. As you can see, it is quite fast, quite easy the repair. Now we put the rubber tape or the girth or the belt of the tub. Check your hose where it goes to reach the top if you are not going to put it wrong. And look, in this case here I had put it wrong. You notice that the hole of the hose is in front, is in the back. Well, this was already solved right now. I didn't realize it also led me to make mistakes, but well, the good thing is that we can solve it quickly here. You can pour oil or you can put loose on everything or whatever you want, or if nothing, I'm used to using it for what does the washer sit well for what is the washer with the nut. Just be careful to do it slowly if it is not going to throw the gasket, but here it is already tight well, and if you look at the gasket it was good. Now let's go to put what is the hose is to put here the cap that has in the hose. You can do it in two ways. For me, the easiest one, made a little oil and pushed it, and that's it. I get out of trouble. We remove we put the couplet, the copal. Remember that it is tight and it's a quarter of a turn. There is, as I tell you, look here, we put this and we push it with our hand. If you don't want to pour oil on it, just like you make a circular movement and it comes out. And now what we are going to proceed to do is put the shaker. The shaker, be careful because it has position. Don't try to hit it. If you see that it doesn't go in, don't try to hit it and hit it until it goes down. Turn it little by little and there will come a time when it will enter like this, as in the case look, you saw. And watch out here. If your hand goes in too badly, it must fit practically on the one hand, like the thickness of a finger. There are times when they are crooked. The shakers, almost even from the factory, come crooked, so all that's left is to put the pulley here. Be careful, because you push it towards down, the arrow is going to go down, then you have to go back again. Be careful just with that. Remember to service the engine. All that is missing and this is ready. We are going to try before now of I follow it, and the rest I do it outside of camera. Since servicing the engine, everything is very different from what we are going to do here. We put the belt and practically this washing machine is ready, so I am going to leave you here the audio a little low so you can see that it already works and everything. Well, it is already here. And I remind you, if you like my content, like, comment, share, subscribe. You can support me as I have with a donation, not only by subscribing to the other channels that I have the description. If you have doubts, you know Facebook is down. I don't have time to answer the comments per day. He answered them every third, fourth day. Well, we'll see you until next time.